Welcome everybody to my brand new playthrough of Stanley Parable 2. Today we'll be playing the epilogue. So here we go. And I'm sorry if the audio is a bit too loud. I've not adjusted my settings for OBS or this game right here. But we are now going to be playing the epilogue. Now I've seen this before. If you're all just here for the epilogue, then you can go watch this video, or you can watch one of the many other ones. Now we're back inside the Stanley, where, if you remember, we had the skip button, and we're just going to wander up and see what happens. Because in this channel, we're just experimenting and do a bunch of things that I've not seen anyone else do. Okay, this is a bit too loud. Inside of this game, we use wormhole things to send us through different places. Here is a generator powering, as we all know, the computer. And now this really frightens me up ahead, so yep, no audio for this. Well, for me, you probably can still hear it. And everyone's favourite thing will be coming up soon. Here is the review. The Dog Cat Born. This is by Cookie9. We head through this shipping container to the next one that is blocked off at the bottom. Now we've got everyone's favourite thing in the game. Jim. So over here we've got even more Jim. Now as you all know, Jim. The narrator was trying to make one of these say Stanley or Jim. So if you like Stanley, Stanley. That one actually says Stanley. And here are all the collectibles we can collect. Now here, we're going to be entering my least favourite part because of how scary it is. Literally, this game scares me a little bit. Got the two doors in the back. And now my favourite part. We get to meet him again. It's terrible to know that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. and if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. And now we're gonna go make some random stuff. So we've got the best line in the game. The end is never the. We've got pantry, day out, birthday party, explosion, ice cream, monkeys. The end is never the monkeys, or destruction of the explosion. Legend of the monkeys, and so on, like scary ice cream. I'm gonna do the end is never the monkeys. Stanley Parable 3, the end is never the monkeys. It's absurd, of course. Every time we restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, then we'll pick a new subtitle. Now, I'm not gonna try it, but what happens if you just keep on doing it every day? That way, the Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work, and we don't need to do that. Just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start up the game. And no, since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. See, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Right, there, the achievement machine is all fixed. See, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. Must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. This is when we get to the best part. Please enter the current time. So, where I'm at right now, the time is 2:12. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable 3, the end is never the monkeys. The bucket is riding the car, by the way. Here we begin the game. So, here is a few experiments that we can do. So, now that we're back in here,
all of his co-workers
we can do that.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
We can do...
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
But what I'm intrigued about is...
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes
But I tried
today?
it just before. You can use this bucket and get different dialogue for the door. Return to the Stanley Parable Expo Hall. Now we're gonna be heading straight to the Stanley Parable 2 now and try out something brand new.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
So here I already showed you all We've got Stanley
Yes,
Parable
you
2.
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
So here we've got new and tasty, and the flavours we've got are, yeah, you can find that out by yourself. It says taste for sequel, keep dry, and I think there's just some images that they made. So this has 2 in multiple different languages.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2...
Sorry about that, but it says new mug. Let's get a good look at this other mug over here. I can't really read what that says. Yeah, that's quite hard to read. Let's see what this computer has. No, nothing. But there's right down here, testing 2 printers at the same time, 2 phones, Stanley Parable 2. We've got a little suitcase down at the bottom here, 2 notes, time to wake up. This has no detail on it. Well, it's got that little thing at the back. This looks like a Apple device. I don't know, just looks like it. Over here there's a painting saying 2, and that's it for this room. Oh yeah, we've got 2 chairs. 2 chairs again. 2 boxes. Here we've got photos of painting K.TGA. We've got whatever this is. 2 chairs again. 2 water fountains. 2 boxes. Got another painting. And there's nothing really in that room. Here's those mugs. New mug. Time to wake up. There's that really hard to read mug again. Seems like you can't actually read that at all. Here's a bird laptop. 2 containers. Yeah, I'm gonna stop listing everything that says 2. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Unbusted. New hotness. Yeah, this is boring. But here we've got a slideshow of logo ideas. This is the one they went with, and this is everything else that they could have gone with. We can see that is their profile pic. Whatever, ferns from the original game. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 Stanleys. One is just not on a computer. 427. Two eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Who took the red marker? And someone else. The person who took the red marker wrote it right there. And that's almost it. Then we've got sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Batman Arkham City, in the end. We've got Doom 2, Divinity, yep. I only really know this, this and this. Okay. So we've got more of that same laptop. This one has the same slideshow as before on it, but it's got a red background. Here we've got this whole area. Now we can fix his audio.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Now we're holding a bucket right now, aren't we? Well,
Here we are. Go on. This one, try out some of the new features.
this sends you to StanleyParable2.com. We've got all of this here. Now, the reassurance bucket. Now, I don't know if the narrator realizes it, but we've got... Oh no, we're gonna have to get the bucket now.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Now we can't use the bucket for
Stanley!
anything else.
Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much.
We must get the bucket back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Oh yeah, here's door 416. Remember back here, new content? Well, every single time we head here, it's going to say 416. Now that it says new content, the door is moved over to here. And normally we'd see the new content door through that little glass panel I showed you just now. Now, we're going to go through every single area with the bucket and then get the bucket exploded.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this...
Wait a second. Oh yeah, they don't have it in this version.
ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it.
You know the serious route from the original game,
which
if
is
we
why
used
I'm
SV
very
cheese.
proud to announce for the first
This is
time ever
used,
the Stanley
Parable
Parable 2.
Since Ultra Deluxe is made using a different engine, it doesn't have the dev console.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely
didn't see
new
this last
experience,
time.
built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much
This
more
is
of
a
a fuzzy
little Easter
magic
egg. It
than
says
anything
2 here
scientific
because
or
we're heading
logical,
into the Stanley
really.
Parable 2. That means there must have been an expo
Here we
hall
are.
for
Go
the
on.
other one,
Try out some of the new features.
for the first game. Now, as you know, I just showed you the gym
For the
buttons,
Stanley Parable 2,
and that one button said Stanley.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, Let's have
Now,
you
just for a
role
little
play
bit
as
of
Jim
fun,
to really simulate the
let's
full
just head back to
experience
the
of this feature.
achievements and we
Just
can
play
read
along.
whatever
I promise
the
you'll love
achievements
it.
are
Okay,
that
here
I've
we go.
still got
Let's
to
take a
get.
deep breath,
We're not going to be able to
clear
get
your
this
mind,
and
forget
this, but
whoever
we can
you
do
are,
a
and
speed
simply
run.
become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine
We've
yourself
got
living
test
as
achievement,
Jim,
please ignore. We're
sleeping
about to
and
get
waking as
this.
Jim, falling in love and being
88888.
heartbroken as Jim,
I am going
seizing
to
all
do
of
that
the
in another
world's
video
possibilities as
and
Jim,
beat the
and
game.
as Jim,
We're
watching your
about to
dreams
get that
crumble into
since
dust.
I'm pretty sure I've done
Do you
most of
feel
the
it
endings we
deeply?
can get.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on? See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name, the button says. But no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
And that's the Jim button done. Here we've got one of those other bird things again. So next feature we're gonna do is...
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim
Here.
play the Stanley Parable too. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Well, we've just played the epilogue, haven't we? Showed you it all on camera. Now, let's go head to the easiest area to unlock.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't
unlocked this
seen.
16th
So,
of March
just
already.
for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new...
And I'm pretty sure it's already here. I think. Yeah. Yep.
setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available for... Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
All those balloons float to the top. Yep. Now let's go get
Or actually,
one of the best
maybe I should have
ones.
gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Over here, you may notice 3 new and easy achievement. Can't believe it's that simple. So, for achievement, get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. But
Now, here's something
remember,
special.
we did this already.
You remember
We
that broken
unlocked it.
test achievement that got left in
There's
the game
that
on
special
accident?
thing.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see...
Test achievement description. Replace this. Test achievement, please ignore. Unlocked the 2nd of November, 2:29 PM. So now we've unlocked 55% of the achievements.
The machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can...
Now he acts like it was working the whole time.
See, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh, and, yep. Remember from the first video I made?
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
I have not used all my jumps, and so I can still do it. But remember, it's permanently gone once you use it.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't
Now,
you think?
where's that hole?
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But
There
the
it is.
Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Actually, you know what? I've made up my mind. We're going here.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Now, as you know, this is not
You see,
infinite.
isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Now we are probably about to reach the end
Okay,
of the
Stanley,
hole.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your
and we're
definition
here.
of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You
We've
found
got
the bottom of the hole.
meeting at
You
2
found me out, Stanley.
PM.
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I
New
think
mug.
the issue here is just that
Same t-
you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great! Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no.
got shorter.
You're the weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have... Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back
It's
up
going to be at the very top.
and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
If you want to see what happens with a hole, you can go watch someone else's video, as I don't think I have enough time, because this video is reaching the end soon. So now we're just going to go through the 3 new and easy achievement area again. Not actually the achievement area, as we've already done that whole area. So we're actually going to head to the figurines. Oh. Moving on from that, we're going to head to the exit. As we've been to every single exhibit in this area now, so there's no point in staying here.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
After this, I'm going to cut the video, and that'll be the end.
So, Stanley, what do you think?
And bye.